Hi, I'm Dr. Terry Oswald here at the Hemline Institute for HI Online Wellness Talk. And today I want to talk to you about healthy giving. So you may wonder, what does that look like? So, oftentimes I give people prescriptions for things in their lifestyle, like eating different types of food, moving their body regularly, resting, breathing, that sort of thing. But it is not unusual for me to give people a prescription for healthy giving, such as volunteering. And the reason why is that when we're giving, we're getting out of our head and into our heart. And that has many, many health benefits. So one of the things that it does right off the bat is when we're heart-centered, it actually promotes our heart health. So people that volunteer or give of their time actually have lower blood pressure, improvement in some of their blood chemistry, like fats in the blood and blood sugar, and even factors like reducing belly fat. And all of those things are related in part to reducing our overall stress. So when we're getting out of our head, into our heart, and moving out, giving of ourselves, we have a sense of connection, a sense of purpose, a sense of meaning. And those factors improve our health. In fact, people that have a sense of purpose tend to live longer. But people that volunteer, on average, compared to age-matched controls that have the same level of risk factors, like the level of exercise, smoking history, etc., people who are volunteers tend to live longer, 44% longer in one study. Also, the change in our chemistry in our body also affects the chemistry in our brain. So people who volunteer have increased levels of a hormone or a neurotransmitter in the brain that helps give us a sense of connection. That's the chemical oxytocin. It is a bonding or connecting neurotransmitter or hormone. But also there are other neurotransmitters that are increased when we give of ourselves. Things like serotonin, the neurotransmitter that's known for happiness, and dopamine, a neurotransmitter that is our reward chemical that we also have generated in our brain when we get a like on our Facebook post or some other reward. So we're changing our brain chemistry and our heart chemistry, and that helps us settle down a sense of any loneliness that we may have. You may have heard that loneliness has been described as the new smoking, that having a sense of disconnection and not having confidants and a support system really can impair our health. And volunteering or giving is one of the main reasons or main ways that we can get that sense of connection. In fact, an author of a book on loneliness recommends volunteering as one of the best strategies to help with loneliness, because when we volunteer, we're more likely to be accepted and our activities be rewarded in a positive way. So when I say healthy giving, what am I talking about? I'm not talking about just money, but there's a study that showed where this was actually done by the Harvard Business School, and they were actually trying to prove themselves wrong. They thought if they gave participants in this study money and then had them do one of two things, they were given $40. They could either spend it on themselves and then another group were encouraged to spend it on others. And they were thinking that the people who spent the money on themselves would be happier. But in fact, the opposite was true. People who spent money on other people actually felt happier. But it's not just about money. There's so many other ways of giving. We can give our encouragement, a smile, a positive comment. We can give our attention, being fully present and listening to someone, remembering to phone a friend who's dealing with some sort of crisis in their life. We can also give of our time, just showing up and, stocking the shelves at a food pantry. We're just, may not even be interacting with other people, but we're giving of our time for a bigger cause. Or we could give of our talents. We could be really good with pets. So maybe we can offer to walk someone's dog, or we are an artist and we could do an art project for someone who needs it. Or we're really good at computers and we can provide IT support for some neighbor who isn't as tech savvy. So those are the things I'm talking about with healthy giving. So if I'm saying healthy giving, then there must be an unhealthy giving, right? There's always the opposite. So how do we not fall into the trap of unhealthy giving? So there's two main things to think about when we're giving. We want to be giving freely without any sense of obligation and any sense of expectation. And if we do that, both of those things, our giving tends to be healthy, health promoting to us and not draining. If we're giving out of a sense of obligation, or we should, maybe we feel resentful, or maybe we give beyond our means, and that may be our time and talents, not just monetarily. And if we give with expectation that by doing this, we're going to get something back, like people are going to respond to us in a positive way. Sometimes you volunteer in different places and the people that are needing the services may not have the reserve to respond in a positive way. So if you don't have any expectations, you're giving without judgment, without any feeling that you're the doer or that there's someone that needs your help, that is helpless, but you're just giving freely. And this makes me think of a concept that I think is very helpful for me regarding this. It's a concept that I heard about in an article by Stephen Cope regarding Gandhi and what were his principles that he lived by. He had several and has written books about that. But the principle that really struck me and I've remembered over and over is this concept that he said that he'd like to reduce himself to zero. So he'd like to be acting and serving without any expectation of anything coming back to him. And in that way, with healthy giving, you're doing karma yoga that's karma free. You're giving, you're performing your purpose, but you're not taking on any extra karma from the expectations that you're looking for a positive outcome. So I hope that was helpful in expanding your wellness toolbox to include healthy giving of your time, talents, attention, encouragement, kindness. And I hope you join us for more wellness talks on HI Online.